right, hello. User 4233114184. Hello. All right, how are you doing tonight? And hello. All right, good to see you tonight. Good to see you. How? Let's see. All right, so hello, Lucky. How are you doing tonight? How's it going tonight? Good to see you here. Good to see you here. Tonight I am here serving the community with some free reads tonight. Hello, Mike Barb. Hello. Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Serving the community tonight with some free evidential medium reads tonight. Preston Ray. Good to see you. All right, so tonight we are, as soon as we give it a few more minutes, we're going to actually start to have some free reads for some people tonight. We're here to serve the community. So awesome, glad you're here. Hello, Clavinet Kid, and 2023, good to see you as well. And where is everyone from? I'm from California, and let's see. Hello, Pamela, William. Good to see you. Hello, Favored. Good to see you as well. And Jeanette. Hello. Willow, Chris, Alicia. Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing tonight? I'm so glad to see you here. I am Athodios. I am an evidential medium, and I'm here to help connect you to your loved ones. Hello, Tracy, and Live Your Dreams, and Alicia. Good to see you all tonight. And so I am here in California. Hello, Abdullah, and Alicia, Zachariah. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Mehboob. Good to see you. Hello. And so tonight we are here, and I'm with the Soul Switchboard, and we are here to help connect you with your loved ones who've passed away. And so that's the reason why we're here tonight. And so I just want to encourage you to stick around and hit that share button. That way we can get some more people and get the word out about the reads that we'll be having tonight. Have you had anyone who has passed away in like the last 10 years, 15 years? And if so, first of all, please accept my condolences. If so, I'm here to help prove with evidence that your loved ones are still living on and that they're still here with you. And that's the reason why I'm here, is to help bring that assurance to you and to let you know that you are not alone and that they did not leave you forever, but they are still here. And so if you know that, it helps you to know that they're right there with you all the time. They're always speaking to us. The problem is that sometimes we can't hear. And so that's why I'm here, is to help to be the bridge for you, to help you in your communication. And again, I'm doing this serving the community tonight. I'm not here, trying to get rich off of this. I'm here because I want you to experience hope and a future, knowing that your loved one is right there with you also. I experienced what got me into this, just so you have a little bit of background on me for those who are newer to me and to this channel. Some years back, I had lost my daughter. My daughter passed away, and through that whole situation that happened with my daughter passing away, I wanted to be able to know that she was right there still. And so we experienced a lot of supernatural type of things that happened, and it really inspired me to get some answers and find out what exactly is happening, and why, is she really right here with us still? And so I did that and found out the good news. Yes, they are right here with us still. When they pass away, they are right here with us still. It's just a matter of us being able to ask them, communicate with them. Mimi, hello, good to see you. And Mimi, you said you have a small question, or kind of small. Go ahead, Mimi. That's what I'm here for, is to help out. So Mimi, go ahead and ask your question. I'd love for you to. I'd love to hear your question tonight. That's part of the reason why I'm here, is because, you know, people don't want to talk about this. Hi, Starlight 75. Yeah, I feel you. I had a few loved ones that passed. Yeah, and isn't it? If you don't know that they're right there with you still, it can be all the more devastating, because you think that they're gone forever, but they are still there with us. Mimi says, my dog Hollis died maybe 3 months ago. Oh, I'm so sorry. And I saw her in my dreams. She was so happy, but I don't. And then this part one, see her anymore. Did she leave? No, she did not leave, Mimi. And thank you for asking that, Mimi. So what happens is, it's the same with our loved one humans, as well as our loved ones, our pets. And so and you were asking, did she leave? So what happens a lot of times is, in the very beginning, when they first transition out of their physical bodies, sometimes, especially with our pets are usually, they are a little bit better at appearing earlier than humans sometimes. And so they will sometimes start to appear to you in your dreams, to speak to you, to let you know that, hey, I'm still here, I'm okay, I'm with you still. And just so that you can have that assurance, that connection is strengthened. And when you have that immediate connection, sometimes once they're satisfied that you know that they're there with you, then sometimes they don't appear as often. You said, I used to see her so much though, but I feel her. Exactly. I just don't see her in the dreams anymore. Thank you so much. Of course, Mimi. Yeah, and you said something that is so powerful right there, because you said you don't see her so much, but you feel her. And and of course, Mimi, I'm so glad to be able to be here with you, and thank you for sharing this with us. And so, what happens is, when they reassure us that they are still there with us, what they're doing is they're trying to get our attention. Because sometimes we don't always, may not have developed our clairvoyant sight as much, or the clairaudience. So a lot of times our loved ones will speak to us in our dreams. Because why? Because our logical brains are usually less noisy while we're asleep, which opens the door for them to be able to speak in a way that we will remember, just like you remembered. And so after they speak to you and they let you know, hey, I am here, I'm right here with you, I'm right here with you, then what happens, they stay there, they never ever leave. But then they don't feel the need a lot of times to really make their presence as known, in a dream visibly, because you start to understand, and the reality of the fact that they're there becomes more awakened or awoken, and you start to feel their presence a little bit more. And that's called clairsentience. And all of us have these senses. And so that's exactly what you had, because you said that, you didn't see her in the dreams as much, but you still felt your dog's presence, and your loved one still let you know that they're there. But because you were able to make that shift, and kind of like be more aware in your clairsentience, in your ability to sense and perceive, then your loved one, your dog, was able to start to rest on that fact, knowing more that, okay, Mimi knows that I'm here. Yes, I can rest in that, and I can show her through my presence and other little ways every now and then that I'm here, just so that she's able to go on and know that I'm here with her. So that is so amazing, Mimi, and I'm so happy. First of all, I'm so sorry for your loss, But at the same time, I'm so happy that you were able to see your dog, and then also that you feel your dog's presence still. So that's great. Kara says, I haven't felt any loved ones in a while. I wish they would do something. You know, Kara, I completely understand that. And so, you know what happens a lot of times, there are ways that you can open up the pathway or the channel for them to come through a little bit more. And if you have the desire for that, then I would encourage you. There's a couple of videos that I have here on this channel that talks. There's a couple exercises that you can do in order to kind of open up the pathway a little bit more for them to be able to speak to you, or for you to be able to perceive them. But what are some of the ways? Because sometimes we feel like, Makia, I'll get your question right next. But so a lot of times we wonder, are they there? Are they thinking of us? Are they with us? Are they speaking to us? And I just want to point out for everyone here, I'm sure that you already know this, but just on behalf of everyone. So how do our loved ones speak to us? So sometimes, yes, they'll speak through clairaudience, which is hearing. You might hear their voice. Clairvoyancy, where maybe you might see them, or like see them in your dream. Clairsentience, where you might feel their presence. And there's a few other ways, but also there's a lot of ways that they speak to us that we sometimes we don't notice as much because we're just so busy all the time. One of the ways that a lot of our loved ones speak to us is through numbers a lot of times. For example, have you ever seen like 1111, 444, 6 or 777, 222, these different number patterns that come. Sometimes they'll speak to us that way. There are also opportunities for them to speak to us through special songs that might come on the radio or on TV. If they knew that there was something that was meaningful to you, sometimes they'll speak through causing that song or that show to come on. Why? Because they're on a different frequency level. They're still here. They haven't gone anywhere. They're here. They're just on a different frequency level. And so what they can control easier through the path of least resistance are things with digital frequencies and digital means. So that's why you can get songs that come on more often, or these different things. Another way that they will speak to us sometimes is through animals that will act kind of peculiar. Sometimes what we would consider peculiar. Why? Because animals are more sensitive to things of the spirit than humans are a lot of times. So that's why a lot of times when you've had a loved one who's passed away, you can be going through a really difficult time, and then you may all of a sudden see a bird that comes and starts acting kind of different, or a butterfly, or sometimes a cat or a dog, or different animals will start to act kind of different around us. And sometimes that's because our loved one is right there and saying, hey, go go comfort them, or go get their attention. And these are different ways that our loved ones will try to speak to us and let us know, hey, I am right here. And so all of these little ways, these little things happen to bring awareness to the fact that, hey, our loved ones are here and they love us and they're trying to speak to us. And so there's so many, there's so many different ways that they speak to us. But one thing that I would encourage everyone to do is get into the habit of setting aside 5 to 10 minutes of quiet time every day. 5 to 10 minutes. I know we're so busy. We've got so much going on. But set aside that 5 to 10 minutes of quiet time. And in that quiet time, focus on your breathing. So, you can close your eyes. You don't have to, but you can close your eyes and just breathe in for the count of 6 or 7. And then practice holding it for 6 or 7 counts. And then breathe out slowly for 6 or 7 counts. And then repeat that. And what that does is physiologically, that starts to slow our body down. But then also what it does is it triggers our pineal gland that is a little bit more sensitive to things of the spirit a little bit, and it opens up the door for us to be able to sense and to see our loved ones there a little more. And if you set aside that 5 to 10 minutes every day, and then after a few days of just calming your body down, then in your mind you can say your loved one's name. And I don't know if you know this, but our loved ones are as close as the mention of their name. If you just say their name, you know, just say it a few times in a row. And each time that you say it, you take a deep breath in, and then you say their name, Mary. And you're focusing and thinking about Mary and picturing Mary in your brain. And you breathe in deep again, and you're like, Mary. And just staying calm, what that's doing is that's creating a link, and you're creating space for that interaction between Mary and yourself. And so as you progress, for the first week, just practice being slow, still, and quiet. The second week, practice that breathing exercise and saying their name a few times. And then the next week, take another step if you feel comfortable with it and say, you know what, Mary, I'm listening. Speak to me. Let me hear you. And I'm not saying that you're going to hear an outer voice, because a lot of times when you are starting to hear those that have passed on, the voice will sound like it's your voice speaking, but it'll be saying something that you wouldn't be saying to yourself necessarily. But just by practicing this every day, you're giving room for that loved one to be able to have a stronger connection with you, and for you to be able to hear. And then there's some really good exercises online that you can do to help build your clairaudience and your clairvoyance. It's nothing, you don't have to be specially gifted for any of that. It's available for everyone. And so that skill, it just has to be built, and you just practice and practice. And as you do, you're going to see that, you're going to start to pick up on things, or you might feel their presence, or you might feel the hairs on your arm start to stand up a little bit, or you might have a dream where they speak to you in the dream. But I can almost guarantee you that if you would just start on the path of creating this pathway, this bridge between you and them, for them to be able to speak to you and you to be able to hear, it's going to start to happen. Why? Because they want to talk to you. It's not like they're holding grudges against people, or they want to speak with us. And so I just want to encourage everybody with that. And then Makia had asked, what does my dad think of me? Makia says, let me just share something real quick, not only with Makia, but with everyone, first of all. And this is something that will help everyone. And then, we can take the next steps, and we can actually start to open up and see which of our loved ones are willing to come forward and speak with us right now. But so for every single one of us, you need to know that no matter how great of a relationship they had with you while they're here on earth, or how challenging, once they go through their life review, because everybody goes through a life review after they've separated from this body, they see everything differently. And the majority of the time when I'm doing readings and communicating on behalf of a loved one to someone who's sitting, the majority of the time their message is nothing but love, and they want, because that's that's what goes on at the root level. Once you get all of the human attitudes and things out of the way, it boils down to love a lot of times, and there is love that is there. And then, they're there, and they're watching, and they're there and supporting. That's what our loved ones are there doing the majority of the time. Let's see here. So who else? So Mimi says, I don't feel any of my loved ones. Oh, Starlight said, I don't feel any of my loved ones. So hopefully, Starlight, maybe what I was sharing with you, that might be a good exercise to start working on. Just a little bit each day. And sometimes we feel it right away, and then sometimes we just have to start creating that pathway, that bridge for them, and you'll start to notice that there's going to be messages coming through for you. Okay, and also everybody, please make sure to follow me here so that when I come on, because all of this week, on the days that I do show up, I'm providing free readings for everybody who I can during this time, because I really want to I'm here to serve, and I want to connect as many as possible with their loved ones. Okay. Melanie says, but does Carlos have a bit of feelings for me? Melanie, actually right now we're not doing like yes or no questions. Let's see what else. K dot, hope someone comes through for me. Okay. GG, Erica is mark over me. Okay, yeah, we're not doing yes or no questions right now. Kara, so for the evidential reading, is it spirit-led, or do we ask certain questions? So what I like to do is, once we have a good connection, Kara, I like to provide opportunities for you to be able to ask at least one or two questions. That way you can get information that you want, so it's more evidential, as well as it's more substantial, because it's more meaningful that way, in my opinion. I'm not saying anything bad about any other way, but that's just what I like to make room for. So that's great. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to just take a quick moment and see who starts to come through. And I'm going to ask if you can take the information that I get. I'm going to give a few pieces of description to the loved one who's stepping forward. If you can take 100% of what I'm saying, then drop 100 into the chat. If you can take everything except for one thing, put a 99. If you can take everything except for two things, then put like a 95. And let's just try to start to get someone who will come through and then make a connection for you guys. Okay, so just one moment. So give me a quick moment here so that I can connect with our first communicator who's going to come through tonight. Okay, all right, so the first person, and I'm just going to give a few pieces of information first. And so if after you hear these pieces of information, then I'm going to ask if there's anyone that can take this 100%, or if there's anything, if there's one thing that you cannot take, then put a 99. Okay, so the first person that I have here is there's a male in his 70s. Has some wrinkly skin here. He has dark brownish hair. In life, he drove a pickup truck, and then there were some issues with cancer, and he had done some work either as through hobby or work. He did some kind of work with metal, and so again, there's an older gentleman who's in his 70s, or he was in his 70s when he passed away, around his 70s. He had brownish hair. I am seeing some wrinkles. He drove a pickup truck. He had dealt with some cancer, and then also when he was working either volunteer work or for a job, he was doing some work with metal. I don't know if this was like a blacksmith, or if there was like I don't know exactly what it was with metal, but that's what I've got so far. So if you can take all of that, then go ahead and put 100% or 100. If you can take everything except for one thing, go ahead and put a 99. And if you can take everything except for two things, go ahead and put a 95. So again, if you can take 100%, then put 100. If you can take everything except for one thing, put a 99. And if you can take everything except for two things, please put a 95. Okay, so we've got a few hundreds here. So let's see, we've got Kia at 100. We've got Jenna at 100. We've got Sarah. Let's see, Sarah Haha at 100. Okay. Oh, and Concert Queen 760 is at 100. Okay. All right. So right now there's 4 of you, I believe, that are at 100. So let me get some further information that will help to narrow this down. So Sarah, haha, I'll just say it one more time. So there's a gentleman who was in his 70s when he passed away. He has brownish hair and some wrinkles. When he was live, he drove a pickup truck. He dealt with cancer, and he did some work with metal. I don't know exactly what he was doing with metal, if it was volunteer work as a hobby or if it was his job, but he liked to work with metal. So that's what I've got so far. Okay. All right. So Sarah's at a 99. Okay. So for those that are at 100%, just one more moment. Let me get a little bit more information to try to narrow this down a little bit. Okay. All right. For those that this is 100%, would you recognize that there was an L name associated with him? An L name, a name that started with L, and the other aspect is 2, as in he had 2 children, or maybe there was 2 grandchildren, but 2 as far as for on a descendant level. So again, if he had an L name, or there was an L name associated with him, and 2, as in like 2 children or 2 grandchildren. So for those of you that had said 100%, go ahead and check to see if you're still at 100%, or if 99 or 95 at this point. So that was Kia. Okay, Chrissy's at 100. Okay. So we've got Chrissy at 100. Concert. Okay, so concert's down to 50. Okay, no problem. Okay, and then we've got there was Tia and Kia. So we'll see if either of those, if that sounds like Someone that you know of, or you were related to, or you are related to. Okay. So far, we've got Chrissy that's at 100. Okay, so Chrissy. And I just want to make sure before we move forward for Chrissy that Kia and Jenna, each of those, if you all were able to take either of those or none. Okay. Okay, Brando is saying 100%. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'll run down the list of what we have so far, and then we've got Chrissy and Brando so far that are at 100%. So we have a male in his 70s. When he passed away, he had brownish hair. He drove a pickup truck when he was alive. He had cancer, and then he did either as a hobby or as a job, he liked to work with metal. Oh, okay. Okay. And then there was L as a name. There's a L name that's associated with him. And then 2, the number 2 as in 2 children or 2 grandchildren. And so both Chrissy and Brando had said 100%. So if that's the case, we'll start with Chrissy, and then if Chrissy's not able to take something, then we can also step over and give Brando a chance as well. Okay, so Chrissy, would you like to come up? Let's see here. Or am I able to get you to come up here? Okay, let's see if it'll allow you to hear. Oh, actually, you know what? So, Chrissy, what we're going to need to do right now, I apologize, we'll have everything in the chat right now because it's for some reason it's not allowing you to come up, but it's okay. And so we'll start with Chrissy. So if everyone else could just send good wishes Chrissy's way, and Chrissy, we're going to proceed on and see. I'm going to try to get a couple more pieces of verification for you, and then we can proceed from there. Okay? All right. Okay, Chrissy, would you understand that this gentleman, he wasn't super boisterous or outgoing, but he did have a decent sense of humor about him. He seems like he liked to laugh and joke around a little bit. Does that sound, are you able to take that, Chrissy? Okay. Yes, okay. And then, Chrissy, would you understand that he either he had a gold necklace, there was like a gold necklace, it looks like some kind of pendant or something that's on it, but he used to wear like a gold chain or gold necklace. Does that sound, can you take that, or would that make sense to you? Yes, okay. Okay, yep. And let's see. And there was a dog that was with him as well. This dog, I don't know at what point he had this dog, but this is like a medium-sized dog, not a super small one, not necessarily like a big one, but like a medium-sized dog that he had at some point. Either him or the family had one that was like a medium-sized dog. Yeah, okay. That would make sense. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and then also, as far as for clothes, uh, would you understand that he liked to wear, or I don't see it as like all the time, but he's the kind of guy that you could see wearing like a flannel shirt, like a flannel long sleeve shirt. Would you understand that? You know, those ones with checkers. Yeah, and thank you everybody who's asking questions right now, and I'll come back right after we finish this reading, and then I want to help as many people as possible tonight. Okay, so Chrissy, and you understood that there was a name that started with an L that that was associated with him, Chrissy. Okay, great. Okay, so so Chrissy, just a moment here because I want to get a message from him. He's definitely close by. He's here, of course. He's watching. Just a moment, please. Chrissy, is there something about a tattoo that someone got after he had passed away? Would you know anything about that? There's like a tattoo that some family member, I don't know if it's you or someone else, got after he passed away. It wasn't necessarily dedicated to him necessarily, but there was a tattoo. Let's see. Okay, yeah, because he took notice and said that he saw that he saw the tattoo, he saw that. He's also taking notice, or he took notice of the love that was shown after he passed away, and he had wanted for you specifically to know that he's still guiding you, and he's. Hold on, just a moment. Please, I'm sorry, just because I want to hear everything that he's trying to communicate. Come closer. Yes, please come closer. Okay. So, and I don't know if this, you would, Chrissy, if this would make sense to you, but, he's wanting for you to, or he said that, he's seeing the, there's, I don't know what exactly it is that has been producing this stress for you more so lately, but he wants for you to not take life as seriously, as to not let these things stress you out as much. He's saying that he's of course is there, and of course and this is the same with all of our loved ones. They usually will try to communicate that they love us, things like that. But there's some situations that are causing some stress and strain for you, and what his guidance for you right now is that he wants to make sure that you are maneuvering through this situation while not allowing it to overcome you as much. But Chrissy, is there maybe one or two questions that you would like to ask him, and then I can ask him those questions? And if you have a question or two, you can type those down for me, and then I can ask him and see what kind of information I can get for you. And then everybody else, while Chrissy is typing out a question or two for me to ask her loved one, then we'll move on to our next person, our next loved one, to hopefully connect you with that. Okay, so Chrissy says, yes, my mom passed a few months ago. Are they together? Okay, so is, oops. Okay, all right. Okay, so that's one question. Your mom passed a few months ago. Are they together? And then do you have another question, Chrissy, for him? Let's see. Oops. And everybody, please make sure to like and follow so that if we don't get to your loved one tonight, that the next time that I come on, it'll notify you because I really want to help connect you as much as possible. Okay, and Chrissy, you want to know, is he sending you dimes? Okay, is that right? Okay. Okay. So just a moment, Chrissy. Okay. Is Chrissy's mom with you right now? Is Chrissy's mom with you right now? Is Chrissy's mom with you? Okay. Chrissy, is your mom a lady like with longer brownish hair, comes maybe down, I don't know, about a little above the shoulders maybe? Is that your mom, Chrissy? Okay, yeah, that's her. Yeah, she's there with him. Yeah, and they're perfectly happy. It's a whole different life, once they get on that side of the veil. They don't have worries and concerns and all that stuff like that. There's none of that. So yeah, and she's happy. I see a big smile on her face. She's good. And then dimes. Let me check Chrissy about dimes. So, I'm not getting as much of a response about the dimes, Chrissy, but would you understand something about, like, there's some curtains that are kind of like moving back and forth a little bit when at times that you wouldn't really expect the curtains to be moving? Does that make sense at all, Chrissy? Have you noticed anything like that? He didn't deny the dimes, but what he did say is that he's showing me a picture of some curtains that are kind of like a little bit more active. Yeah, and that's him. And he wants you to know that when you see that, Chrissy, that's specifically him. For the dimes, I'm getting that, sure, he has a hand in some of that, but there's some other someone else who's taking more responsibility for the dimes. But what he's taking specific responsibility for, Chrissy, is for these curtains that he's showing that, like, it's like he's moving the curtains, and it's at times that normally you wouldn't be expecting for the curtains to be moving so much. So yes, he's involved with the dimes some, but more specifically, if you see those curtains moving at a time when it doesn't seem like they should be moving, that's him. That's what he's saying he's taking responsibility for. So he wants you to know that he loves you, that they're there. Of course, everything is great. and to keep an eye out for those curtains, because that's just a tangible way that he's able to show you that he's right there with you and that he loves you. And that they're, yep, that's the one. Someone moved in your daughter's room. Yeah, that's him letting you know, hey, I'm right there. So that's him, Chrissy. So, Chrissy, thank you so much for sharing him with us tonight. And he's a delightful man. And yeah, he really, really is right there. It's not like you're alone. You've got your loved ones that are right there with you. He's one of the main ones who's watching out for you. And again, he's reiterating about just make sure that you're not letting some of this stuff overwhelm you, and you're taking deep breaths and not letting it stress you, is what his message was earlier. So I give his love back to you, and thank you so much for sharing him with us tonight, Chrissy. So everybody, please just tell Chrissy, send love and light to Chrissy tonight in the comments if you could, please. Just send love and light to Chrissy. Let her know that we're here to support her. And what we're going to do is we're going to look to see who steps forward next. So what I would ask for everyone else to do, if you could, just take a quick moment. Everybody who's on the live, we've got about 100 people right now on the live. And so what I would like for everyone who's on the live with us to do tonight, could you just right there where you are, take a deep breath in and let it out slowly. And what this is going to do is this is going to help to better align us with our loved ones that are here. So 2 more deep breaths, just a real deep breath in. And as you're taking your 3rd deep breath in, if you could just either say quietly in your mind or whisper the name of your loved one who you would like to hear from tonight. And again, with this many people that are on the live tonight, over 100, I won't be able to get to everyone tonight. But what we do want is for those that need to hear from their loved one the most tonight to be able to hear a message from them, hopefully tonight. And then also, I'm asking each of you, please make sure to follow and turn on the notifications so that next time that I come back on, that we'll have an opportunity to hopefully have your loved one come through if your loved one didn't come through yet tonight. Okay. All right. So, so right now I'm going to take a deep breath myself, and I'm going to see who comes through next. And just let me make sure that. Okay. 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 All right. Oh, hold on just a second. I'm sorry. Okay, let me give. Okay, so I've got some information here for our next loved one who's stepping forward. Please wait to hear all of the descriptors that I give. If this sounds like this is your loved one after I've given all of it, please, if you can take everything, please put 100. If you can take everything except for one, please put a 99. And if you can take everything except for two, put a 95. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so this next wonderful lady that is stepping forward tonight is a female. She passed away in her late 60s. She looks like she's about, so she looks like around 5'5", 5'6". Okay, she's really jolly. She's a happy lady. She has some shorter brown hair, kind of curly. She said that she loved to make tortillas, and that she loved. It was like she loved chisme. Like she loved to be in the thick of the story that was going on. She loved to, whatever story was going on, she loved that, and she also loved to cook. Also, she really liked teddy bears, and she had at least three teddy bears. And the last two pieces of info that I'm going to give right now is there was an H name that was associated with her, so an H name, and an important month for her was September. So let me, you're right, Pearl Gossip. Right, and so so I'm giving you these pieces of information, and so I'm going to run through the list one more time. If you can take everything, please put 100. If you can take everything but one thing, put a 99. And everything but two things, please put a 95. Okay, so let me give it to you one more time, please. Okay, so this was a lovely lady in her late 60s when she passed away. Very jolly, happy. She had short hair that was brownish, kind of curly. She loved making tortillas. She loved chisme, or the gossip a little bit. She just wanted to know what was going on, and she loved to cook. She loved teddy bears. She said that she had at least three teddy bears. An H name was significant for her, and the month September was important for her. So if you can take 100% of that, please put 100 in the chat right now. So for 100, I see that there's Christina. We've got Rhonda. Christina. And also Sarah. Okay. So Sarah, Rhonda, and Christina. Okay. And her name starts with, or there was an H name, like, so it could be, like, if it was a Spanish name, it could be like starting with a J, because it's that sound. It was that sound that I heard as part of the name, not necessarily the H itself. So, okay, and then we've got Pearl at 100. Okay, and okay, very good. So I've got Sarah, Rhonda, Christina, and Pearl that can take 100% of that right now. So what I'll do is I'll get a little bit more information from her, and then we'll see if we are able to narrow down exactly who she belongs to tonight. Okay, just one moment. Let me talk to this lady here. She's so sweet. Funny. Let's see, what else did I have? Okay. Okay, I'm going to give 3 more pieces of info. So out of those 4, Sarah, Rhonda, Christina, and Pearl, let me know if you can take all of these. So one is that she had a silver heart necklace. So it was a like silverish with a silver heart. The next thing is when she passed away, or when she was about to pass away, I'm seeing something like a COPD kind of. She was having problems coughing and breathing near the end. It was kind of challenging or difficult for her to breathe. And then she loved to, she loved her grandkids. And I was getting that there was, hold on, 4 grandkids, that there were four like 4 grandkids at that level, or 4 that she was kind of being extra watchful for. So so out of those, Sarah, Rhonda, Christina, and Pearl, can any of you take 100% of those? Okay. And for those that this is not describing your loved one yet, just hold tight, because we're what we're doing right now is we're doing a spirit-led right now. But I definitely, okay, Rhonda is saying 100%. I definitely want to help as many as possible tonight. Okay, so we've got Rhonda at 100. Sarah says not 100, but very close. So Sarah, what we're going to do is, if it doesn't work out for Rhonda, then we'll check in with you and see. Okay, and for those of you who are sharing about your losses, please have my condolences, and know that we're here with you to send our love and support. So just one more moment. Okay, all right, so right now, first I've got Rhonda, who says 100%. Then there's Sarah, who's like close right there with it. So let's go ahead and start with Rhonda. And Rhonda, so if everyone can kind of pause on your texts or your messages right now while Rhonda is answering. I just want to make sure that we can hear Rhonda with her answers, and then we'll go from there. And again, we're here sharing love with everyone, and this is a community of people who, all of us, have lost loved ones. I think for those that were here at the beginning tonight, I lost my daughter, which is the reason why I got involved with mediumship some years ago. And so I know what it's like. I'm not, I know that love that we feel, and us, missing our loved ones. But part of the reason why I'm here is to share the fact that they are right there with us still, and they are here. So okay, so Rhonda, let me ask a couple more questions, and we'll see if this is your loved one here. Okay. Okay, Rhonda, would you understand that she loved to sit and, or there was a memory where she loved to sit and watch some TV show together? Would that make sense for you, Rhonda? Like, I'm seeing like her sitting watching a TV show, and yeah, and she, this was something that she just loved to do. There's some people that love to go fishing or love to go hiking. She loved to sit and share her time together, watching at least this favorite TV show of hers. Okay, so I see that. Okay, Rhonda. And let's see. Okay, and this wasn't her necessarily, but she's pointing out, would you understand someone who had hurt their foot, or hurt like a toe, or like area by the toes? and was aware of this, or she was there when it happened, or not far away. Does that make sense for you, Rhonda? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So she wants you to know she saw that, she was aware of it. Um, yeah. And did she ever? Does it make sense to you, Rhonda, that she would sometimes wear like I don't know how to explain it. It's like a skirt, not necessarily. You know how like some ladies like to wear the full-on dresses all the time, but for her, she enjoyed a skirt, like a like it's you put it on and it's like a skirt, not the full dress, and she kind of liked that. Not saying that she wore that all the time, but she did enjoy. She enjoyed that. Would that make sense to you, Rhonda? Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm seeing from her. So, Rhonda, I'm going to ask you to think of one or two questions that you would like to ask her. I'm also going, while you're doing that, I'm going to ask her if there's maybe a special message that she has for you at the same time. And so that way we can save some time. I'll be finding out a message from her to you. And then also, if you have one or two questions that you would like to ask her, then you can ask me those at that time as well, Rhonda. Okay? Whew. Okay. Rhonda, but I need to ask you real quick. Um, Hold on. I'm sorry. Rhonda, are you familiar with some kind of controversy? Um, it seems like it was right after she died. There was some kind of controversy or argument, or somebody was not. They weren't acting. They weren't acting right, and she's. Well, first, would that make sense to you? Someone in the family, there was, yeah, and she's like kind of. She's expressing some like some displeasure with that, not like in a bad way, but she's just like like and she's like she she saw that, and her desire is just that everybody could just get along and just be together, but it kind of frustrated her a little bit because there was someone was not acting. They were just kind of how do you say it? They were being. I'll just say that they weren't exactly acting appropriately for other, for the other family members and during the situation. And she saw that, and of course she understands their reasons, but yeah, that she really hopes and wishes that that everybody is able and was able to kind of work through the issues that were going on as a result of that. So, okay, so let me go back now. Okay, so that was that for Rhonda. Okay. Yeah, that's really on her heart. She really wants this unification to happen. She wants for there to be healing, because it seems like there's still some hard feelings that are going on, and she's saying, like, she just wants she wants there to be some healing that that takes place, and so it might be that she's wanting for you to try to be uh, not necessarily to be less than or anything with it, but to remember that she's hoping for some kind of healing to take place with the family members, to whatever degree that is. Okay. No, she does. I took my brother's daughter away after she was born, then adopted her. He had a bad life. Yeah. Yeah. And I can understand that that would be very, it's a very hard situation going through that. She just wants to make sure that everybody, as much as is possible, is able to move forward in their lives. In the best way that they can, and don't. And I guess for you, she's saying that she wants to make sure that you are not phased by it, that you aren't. Hold on. That you aren't affected badly or negatively by it, and that you stay strong and don't let the turmoil from the entire situation poison you. That's what I'm getting. So that's what I'm getting with all of that for you, at least. She just wants to really make sure you're okay, and that the turmoil aspect of it isn't really hurting you at all, and that you're able to move forward in a way that is good for you and everyone. Okay. It was hard realizing I had no choice. Her mom passed away after birth of my niece. Yeah, that is so hard. That is so really hard. Okay. So question that I see, Rhonda, is my son with her? He was 13. Oh yeah. Yeah, I see it. Yeah. She's there right now. Right now, they're holding hands right now. Yeah. She's right there with him. All right, he's come forward. He's holding her hand. He's holding her hand right now. The two of them. They're right there. Yeah. So yeah, he's right there with her. Let me see. Was there another question that you had? Okay, everyone. And Rhonda, did you have a second question by any chance? Did I miss it? Let's see. I've got the question about your son. And then let's see what it is. Okay, it's your son. Yeah, got that. Okay. Yeah, and if you have another, oh, here we go. It was sudden death playing basketball. Is my mom with both of them? Okay, let's see. She is, but she's not like super like right here, close with the two of them. The two that are the closest to me is her and your son. Further back and over a little bit would be your mother. And so what that means is that they, of course, they're all together, and they're, along with all of our loved ones, are there together. But they're just not right here, close, like as they're. Your mother's not coming forward as much as, and it's not because she doesn't want to come forward. It's because they all felt that you needed to hear from her, and also to have the reassurance that your son was right here and present, as much as that they are super close right there together. And so that's the reassurance. moms here. Um, there's some other gentlemen who are back there as well, but the ones that everybody agreed on that you needed to hear from right now were these ones. So these are the ones that are right here for you. But all of them send their love forward, but these are the ones that are right here that are saying, hey, they're like pushing out love the most right here. So good questions. And yeah, they are. Oh, here we go. And then you've got another question. Hold on, I think. Here we go. Does my son know the laws I got passed in his memory? He's proud of you. He is proud. It's like, Mom, I'm proud. Mom, I'm so proud. He's so proud of you. He's so proud of you. He's so proud of you. Big smile. They both are. They're so proud. So I don't know what you did, but they are so proud of you. They are so proud of you. They're very proud of you. So would you like to share any of, what, just like a little bit more so all of us can know a little bit more about who these two amazing souls are? Why, I mean, we know that your son, but maybe you can share with us a little bit about your. Oh, that's so amazing. They're so awesome, and they're such wonderful. You can feel that their souls, how they are. They're just so love, so happy and funny, and funny. Let's see. So, Rhonda, would you like to share just a little bit? You don't have to, because this is your personal moment. But if you'd like to, we would love to just hear just a little bit about them. Who are these amazing people? Yes. Yeah, and everyone here, please know that we're all here together. We're all here for the same reason. I want to connect as many of you as possible with your loved ones, and if not tonight, make sure that you follow and put notifications on so you'll hear when I'm on next, because I want to help connect you as much as possible. It's all about the love, everyone. In the meantime, while we first, Rhonda, I just want to say thank you so much for sharing your loved ones with us. Yeah. Thank you for sharing your loved ones with us. Everybody, please take a moment and just send love and light over to Rhonda, and just let her know. Send hugs her way. Let her know that we're all here with her. My son Tanner always said good night, like the movie Highway to Heaven. That's so awesome. That's so amazing. And he's saying good night tonight to you, huh? By sending his love to you. That's so amazing. That's so amazing. So everybody, please send love and light over to Rhonda. Rhonda, again, thank you so much for sharing them with us. And again, please make sure everybody to follow and then put the notification on. And I'm not saying that because I'm trying to get followers. I'm saying that because I want you to be able to know when I come back on again, so that you can hopefully get a connection with your loved one if we don't get through tonight. Okay? So very good, very good. So we have time for one more tonight. We'll have another spirit-led tonight, and and please know that if we don't get to your loved one tonight, throughout this week, I'm going to be coming on multiple times throughout the week and offering free reads in mediumship, just because this is part of my way to give back and help connect you. I also highly recommend you go in and watch some of the videos that are on this channel. There are some really good exercises that'll help you to be able to connect also with your loved one. So please keep that in mind. So let me take a quick drink and then we'll move on for our next loved one. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get some information on our next person who's going to step forward tonight. Almost there, everyone. Just getting a couple more pieces of info. Okay, so the next person that I have here, the next loved one that's stepping forward tonight, is a female. She's about 5'8" to 5'9", blondish brown hair. She has a skinny to medium build. Her demeanor is a kind of serious, but is loving. She's loving, caring person, but she's more task oriented. She's very she just is the kind of lady that, she has to get the job done. She just has to, whatever it is that needs to be done, she needs to do it. She's the kind of person that She, instead of delegating, she will make sure that whatever it is done, whatever needs to be done. She was in, when she passed away, she was in her, it looks like late 60s to early 70s. She drove a silver car with 4 doors. She was the kind of person who was a meat and potatoes type of person. Like she liked just that meat and potatoes type of meals that are very, just very, not a lot of fluff to it, but she's very sustaining type of meals. She liked that. She also loved meatloaf. And that's what I'm saying. Can anybody take 100% of that? If that is, sounds like your loved one so far, can you put 100 in the chat? If you can take everything except for one of those items, if you could please put a 99. And if you can take everything except for 2 of those items, can you please put a 95? Again, if you can take everything, that would be 100%. If everything except for one thing, okay, A and G says 100. Everything except for one thing is 99, and then everything except for 2 things is a 95. And so, okay, so we've got, we couldn't do it at a 99, and Lee at a 99. Okay, and just to make it simple, I'm going to read through everything again, and if there's no one else that has 100, we'll go with A and G. So this loved one, she's about 5'8". She has blondish brown hair. She has a skinny to medium build. Thank you, G. I appreciate that so much. A skinny to medium build. She's a little serious, but she's very loving. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but she had worked for a while in an office type of environment. There was some kind of office environment where she had worked for part of her life. When she passed away, she was in her early 70s, late 60s. She drove a silver car that was a 4-door car. She was a very meat and potatoes type of person. For her meals, she liked just simple meals that filled you up, and she loved meatloaf. Okay, so not Lee. Okay, very good. All right, and so that is what I have so far. So A and G, Ang, are you still at 100%? We had A and G that was at 100%, and you could do it at 99, I believe. So if this is you, go ahead and put everything's correct. Her job, she worked in a home as a home care. Okay, so everything was correct except for the job. Okay, got it. So that would make you at like a 99. And then is there anyone else who's like at a 99 or 100 before we continue on? For those of you who are asking questions, after we have this read, then I'll be happy to answer some questions, just generally to try to help everyone, and then we'll go on from there. Okay, all right, well, Ang or A and G, it looks like you're probably the closest one here. So let's go ahead and see if this is your loved one. Okay, so Okay, so for this person, let's see if I can get a little bit more information for you. Okay. Hands. Would you understand that she was having some trouble with her hands before she passed away, or at some point? I don't know if it's like arthritis in her hands or something, but she was describing some hand pain or something with her hands, or hands were significant. Would you understand that, Ang? Ang? Yeah, that's kind of like what it would seem like it was in with her hands, because it was causing some pain. She was showing me pain with her hands. Um, hmm. uh, would you be familiar? This wasn't what was the cause of her passing away, but there was like a vehicle accident uh, that she experienced. Maybe I hold on. Maybe in the last 5 years of her life on Earth. Are you aware of a car accident or anything of that nature? It doesn't seem like it was a major one, but there was some kind of accident that I'm seeing, a vehicle accident. Sarah, she doesn't seem like she's paralyzed. And if you don't know about an yeah, this right now, this is for Ang. If you don't know of an accident, that's fine, because it wasn't like a major accident. It wasn't the cause of her passing away or anything like that. She had just noted that there was like kind of like this fender bender type of accident that she had experienced. But for her, it was surprising, because she's the kind of person that tries to be extra careful with everything. Okay. And Ang, A-N-G, are you still there? Everybody, while we're waiting for to see if Ang is still there, please make sure to follow and turn on notifications. Okay, great. Thank you, Ang. So that if we don't get to your loved one tonight, that you'll be able to know when we come back up, because I really would like to help try to connect you with your loved ones, if not tonight, in the future. So, okay. All right. Thank you, Ang. Okay. And Ang, hold on a second here. Okay. Okay. And um would it make sense to you about anything like with a cross or a crucifix or a cross or anything like that? I don't know if she wore a cross, or if she received a cross, or gave a cross, or is there any significance with your loved one for that? Gee, thank you so much for trying to help out. I appreciate that so much. Everyone, right now I am doing a read with Ang, and then if you can please hold your comments, and then right afterwards I'll be happy to dive in to answer some general questions for everyone. Ang, do you does it make sense about anything with a cross? I'm sitting, or would you understand anything? Hi, Shama, good to see you. Anything like with a cross, Ang? Okay, so that would make sense. She was very religious, and that would make sense. The cross thing. Okay, very good. Okay, let me get one more piece of information here for you. Would it make sense for any specific memory with that has to do with curlers? Curlers, that's kind of different. You know, curlers that women will put into their hair sometimes. Are you familiar with anything about curlers? Whether it's a memory with you, or I don't know if she enjoyed wearing curlers or if she was always wearing curlers. I don't know, but I'm seeing like a bathrobe with curlers. And everyone, once more, while we are waiting, if you have not followed yet, and if you have not hit the notification button, please make sure to do that now so that you can be notified the next time that we're together. Ang says, I would always take her to get her hair done at the hairdresser. Okay, yep, that would make sense. Because I was seeing these curlers in the hair, so that's great. Okay, so Ang, if you would like to think of one or two questions that you would like to ask her, and while you're thinking of your one or two questions, I'm going to see if there's something that she would like to say to you also at the same time, and then let me know as soon as you've got your one or two questions. Okay, let's see. Okay, and did you already, let's see, I don't think, okay. All right, and while you are typing in your one or two questions, okay, if she approves of my decision I have made to not be a part of people's lives, okay? Approve of decision to not be part. Okay, so that's one question. Yeah, and everyone, if you could please hold off on your comments, please, just a moment. We're trying to respect Ang's connection time with her loved one here. Or if she approves, or okay, to not be a part of people's lives. Did we have another question? Okay, that's the only question. Okay. Well, actually, okay. Okay, let me ask this particular question, and then I'm going to give you what she had said at the same time. I wrote it down here. So okay. Do you approve of Ang's decision to not be a part of people's lives? Okay. 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 Okay, so let me answer your question first. Okay, Ang? Okay, so Ang, so she said, when you asked, does she approve of the decision that you made to not be a part of people's lives? She said that you're protecting yourself and giving yourself the space that you need for your strength to be able to grow. However, there will be a time when that strength will have grown sufficiently and you will be able to step into their lives from a place of strength. And she said that, and when that time does come, she will be there with you as you go through that. So that was the answer that she gave. And then earlier, while you were typing that question, okay, she had said that, one of the things that she had wished was that there could have been even more openness of love expressed on her side without any conditions. But you need to be assured that she always has loved you. She always does love you. And she also wants you to go, to stay on top of your checkups with the doctor. Not saying that there's something wrong, but she wants you to start to stay on top of checkups with the doctor on a regular basis, just to help optimize your health, basically. She didn't use the word optimize, but that's what she's trying to communicate, to stay on top of doctor checkups going forward. So, let's see. Ang says, I stopped talking to my whole family because another family member was taking advantage of her and Eve. Yeah, and so going back to that, her response to that was, right now, you're trying to protect and you're at a place of strength. Part of building the strength, part of that building the strength is the ability to be able to respond in ways that you want, in a way that is from a place of strength and not necessarily the anger being overridden. And so what she had said is that you are growing in allowing that strength to grow within you, that inner resolve, and it's going to come to a point where you are going to be able to find yourself talking to them again, to whatever degree, and she's going to be right there with you. And everyone, let it happen. My husband had been on leave, spent months in a hospital. Oops, what else? Just got home. Golly. Yeah. Yeah, March 5th. Oh, so just got home. Wow. March 5th, like 4 days ago. Goodness. Yeah, so she's there. She's here with you through this process. She's here. She sees, it was nothing but love and support. And, you're doing what you had to do and have to do, basically, is what I was getting. And you are, there's some things that are going on the inside of you. And there's this capacity that seems like it's building and growing. And she's there the whole way with you. And when you determine that it's good to be able to speak up to these people in a way that you feel is going to be beneficial, she's going to be right there with you as you do. So, and thank you. Thank you so much for sharing her with us tonight. She is, you can tell she's a strong woman, a very, very, she's just very, she's like a determined kind of person that's very strong and very, but she cares. And that's what comes forward. And so, and like she communicated, she loved you so, so much, and she loves you. And so tonight, I just want you to carry that love with you everywhere that you're going, and just know that she's right there in the middle of it with you. and she's going to walk you through this whole process. And even when it gets to this other point, when you determine that you want to start to deal with these people again, she's said that she's even going to be with you right then and there in those moments. So thank you so much, Ang, for sharing her with us tonight. Everybody, please, can you please send love and light over to Ang? Just send your support, because Ang is really, Ang's been through some stuff, but we're here to support, and we're so glad that you got to connect tonight. So thank you. I 100% believe she's with me. Thank you for confirming that. Love, Angie. You are so welcome. It was my privilege. Now, let me scroll back tonight, because I want to really, really make sure that everybody who's here, that you guys please follow and press notifications so that we can connect again. All this week, as I come on, I'm going to be doing free reads, connecting you with loved ones during this week, this week that's coming up here. And so I really want for as many of you as possible to be able to get those free reads. For those who are interested in being mods to help out, and those of you who were helping out, private message me here. I appreciate that. I appreciate each and every one of you who are helping out tonight. So to answer a few quick questions before we close out tonight, let's see here. Okay, I saw a couple questions. Sandra says TikTok won't let me follow anymore. Okay. So if you're having trouble with TikTok allowing you to follow, then you can send me a message and just say that, and then I can try to maybe follow you and see if there's some way. Oh, okay. No more than 10,000. That's what it is. Got it. Okay. Any messages for me? So for anyone who did not get one of their loved ones who came through tonight, I really want to encourage you, join in the next upcoming sessions that we have. We're going to, the same way that we did tonight, we're going to connect with more and more loved ones this week. And also, as you saw, I try to give an opportunity for you to ask questions, because I believe that if it is truly a legitimate connection that the medium has with the loved one, that's not a problem. And so, okay. All of you who are newer here, so glad you're here. For those of you who share that you lost a loved one recently, especially those of you who had your mom or a child or someone like that pass away, please have our condolences and know that we're in this together. I shared with all of you at the beginning of this tonight how I got into this because I lost my daughter. She had heart problems, and so I understand that kind of pain, and that's the reason why we created this environment, to hold a space for those of us who have grieved, who've been grieving, and also so that you can experience a connection with your loved one, even though you don't see them in the flesh necessarily. Okay, thank you, Shama. My Harlem honey. Okay, very good. That's my only question. Connect, please. Do you have a mod? Okay. John asked what Debbie was telling, so please make sure to join us in upcoming lives. So hopefully we can connect. Hopefully. Same thing, Pink Rose and Cooley. G, thank you so much for all of your help throughout tonight, along with Shama. Thank you. Ellie. Okay. All right, everyone. So for any of you who would like to connect with your loved one, like I said, later throughout this week, you will be seeing that I'll be going live. I encourage you to join us. And That way we can go through. I'm throughout this next week, everything is going to be free this next week. This is part of my giving back, and I just want to provide this service of connection the same way that someone did that for me. I want to do that for you. So I'm sending you all love, and for those of you who are grieving, take it one day at a time. Make sure to breathe deep, and also check out some of the videos that are in this on this account about ways to connect with your loved ones. Remember, build that space, that bridge for them, that quiet time every single day, 5 to 10 minutes of just quiet, and practice that breathing. And then that's the first week. And then remember the second week of doing that, then you start to say their name repeatedly as you're breathing and picturing them in your mind. And then by the third week, start to ask them, what do you have to say to me? And then be quiet and allow that space for those connections to start to happen. Pay attention in your dreams. In the beginning tonight, we talked about the different ways that our loved ones will speak to us. One of the most common is through our dreams. So I want to encourage you, don't lose hope. Don't lose your belief in the fact that your loved one is right there. Know that they are there with you. We're here to support you and to stand with you through this time. All right. So I'm sending love to each of you, and just know that actually at this time, no, Donnie, I'm not working on missing person cases. However, I do know a couple of my colleagues who do work on those pretty regularly. And if you have a case that you need to be worked on, I can always try to connect you with them to see if they're able to. So, all right, everybody. Well, listen, you all take care. And again, from the bottom of my heart, know that I'm sending love your way. Thank you for being here tonight. And I look forward to connecting with those of you who join me in the next live, and we can bring through some more of your loved ones. Until then, have a great evening or morning wherever you're at. All right. So take care, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you again for being here. Bye-bye.